Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Atlas. Welcome back to everyone's favorite consistently inconsistent podcast, AMA, resuscitating our channel for probably the fifth time. Today we're going to be doing a NFL mock draft of the first two rounds. The draft is tomorrow, so we're excited to see how this draft does. We are going to be joined by AGB and Mike. Let's get straight to it.
I found the truck up, but couldn't keep it from you.
The lighting is always bad, like
Princess B, at the end of the line, I'll make you mine.
Okay, we got it.
Okay. My bad.
No, it's been recording. Don't worry.
Okay.
I was singing Peaches earlier too, so you're good.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 rounds.
Two rounds.
We don't do intros. We do those later. Dun, 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 dun.
we do that mid-recording.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so everyone's looking at screen, right? Yes. Okay, here we go. Okay. So obviously we're going to take this one serious, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I remember correctly, I believe CJ Stroud had a very good workout with the Panthers. And I believe there was like a little like conversation that came out between like the Panthers and them and saying that they were going to take him. It was either him or Bryce Young. So I might be effing around here.
But,
Well, have you read the reports that came out this week?
We're not talking about Will Levis. He's not coming up. He's not coming up.
Why are we not talking about Will Levis? I mean, he's in the conversation.
Because I want him to...
Reportedly close to sources that would be drafting for the Carolina Panthers. Will Levis has gone up really high on the board, and CJ Stroud.
I'm not letting Reddit change from plus 4,000 to plus 400, and then partially it's because I want Indianapolis to take Will Levis because he just strikes me as an Indy quarterback.
Is it just because he's a basic white dude? Is that why?
Yeah, he gives me Matt Ryan energy. So, I'm picking CJ Stroud though. I don't know. Bryce Young's great, but like everyone's gonna be like, oh, he's not tall enough. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, that makes sense because I was about to say, like, for Mike, like, Bryce Young going to the Texans makes sense because he's kind of mobile. He can throw around the ball pretty well, and he's coming out of Alabama. Obviously, he's had a really good season.
Yeah.
We know what kind of quarterbacks they like, and he's there. So
Where did Damian Pierce go to school?
and Pierce
Was he?
was it? I feel like Texas. Like Texas is coming on my brain right now. Pierce College. Damian Pierce went to Florida. Why did I say? Huh? That's so weird. I said Texas.
Okay.
I don't know. So, for the Cardinals, obviously they're struggling everywhere. They're just a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
But in particularly, they are struggling on the defensive side of the ball. Also, you just lost J.J. Watt, which is a huge presence over there.
Yeah.
He was washed, but I mean, it's still better than half of the edges in the league, arguably.
Mm-hmm.
And with the Jalen Carter, I mean, you know, he's had those attitude problems, and I don't know if they're, you know, with all the hot mess that they have going on right now, I don't know if they want to add more hot mess to hot mess. It's not PEMDAS. The shit does not cancel out. I think, so I feel like the obvious answer here would be Will Anderson going to the Arizona Cardinals. I just think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
between him, those guys, and one of the corners over there, because they might be needing to get some secondary help because Budda Baker is apparently pissed off for losing all the time, which, granted, understandable.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. The thing about Jalen Carter though is I feel like attitude problems is something that's always just thrown out before the draft, and then they just end up being irrelevant. Because last year, it was Kayvon, and then. The year before, I'm trying to remember. It just feels like they're just thrown at people, and then they just do, you know, fine to great the next year, and it's like not at all noteworthy.
yeah,
But we got the Colts here.
You're talking about Derek Stingley.
Yes, also that too.
yeah.
So it's quarterback. I mean,
It has to be.
I you know, if we're talking about GMs that are willing to go crazy, I feel like Indianapolis is one of them. But I'm not sure how many more years they want to just get old quarterbacks. I'm gonna go. See, I like Anthony Richardson a lot more, but I don't think the Colts want that style of quarterback, so I'm going to go Will Levis.
They want some.
That's
Yeah.
understandable. That's understandable,
Yeah.
I think
especially since he just got a lot of draft stock this week.
the
Mhm.
Seahawks secondary and linebacker core is very good. They just re-signed Bobby Wagner,
Yeah.
right? They
Mhm.
fucking already have a fucking all-pro corner, and now they need serious help on the D line. So I do think it's gonna be Tyree Wilson.
Tyree Wilson.
Tyree Wilson's a bold pick. Bold pick.
Tyree Wilson's a baller.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is. Okay, so that's who I was thinking I was going to take for the Lions next. But honestly, with that Dan Campbell coaching mindset, I want to take Jalen Carter there, but I'm not going to because that's not what they really need.
Can you imagine that D line though?
That would be insane.
Aiden Hutchinson and Jalen Carter.
I feel like they gotta go cornerback here because they do need that help out there.
And they also just traded Jeff Okuda.
Yeah, which that trade still confuses me. The Lions are just gonna line, I guess. I don't know. So especially with that has to show you that they're probably wanting to pick a corner here with this pick, hoping that
Mhm.
especially with the teams with the needs that they have at the top of this draft, they're assuming that these guys are going to fall down. But it really just comes down to which corner do we think they want to take. Like they could use help on the edge, so that's why I was thinking Tyree. But I'm not going to go there now. I guess I'm going to go Christian Gonzalez.
Yes.
That's
Known GOAT.
I was thinking about going Witherspoon, but I think that Gonzalez coming out of Oregon had to play some harder opponents, and the fact that he's still that high up on the draft board is pretty crazy.
I think Gonzalez is athletically better. I mean,
Yeah,
both. It's a toss up, really. You can't go wrong with either, from my
Yeah.
perspective. But
you really can't.
yeah, Christian Gonzalez has that dog in him.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Raiders are in a very nice spot here. I think they are just happy that Anthony Richardson has fallen to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see any reason that they would take anyone else. Obviously, we're not doing any trades this mock draft.
Jalen Carter is the most Raiders player of all time, though.
He
does have attitude
is.
problems.
He is. But they do not need more D-line than they already have, because obviously like Max Crosby and them lot. I'm going to go Anthony Richardson because they have Jimmy G there now. And, I mean,
Yeah.
no, I don't think anyone's expecting Jimmy G to be their quarterback for more than, a year or two.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson needs a year or two to develop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably the pick for them. Now we get to pick. Now I get to pick with one of the worst teams in the NFL for me. I literally despise this team. But
because he picked Kyle Pitts in like the second round of fantasy.
no, I didn't pick Jalen Carter is their pick.
Yeah.
They really need
Yeah.
to stop the line. They could not stop the run against the Buccaneers, and our run offense is not good.
Yeah.
For real.
Now here's the thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Bijan has gotten a lot of attention this draft week.
Mm-hmm.
He has really picked up, and
Right.
with him letting go, what's his name? I don't know why his name is blanking right now. Their first running back. Yeah, they have Deontay Foreman right now, which is okay. But if they're bringing in all these wide receivers, they're really trying to start making a push, and they just had that
Wait.
huge trade for DJ Moore. And they're really
Chicago
gonna try
has
and
Deontay Freeman now? What?
Foreman.
Foreman?
Deontay Foreman.
Wait, what
Yeah,
happened
wait.
to Montgomery and Herbert?
Montgomery's a Panther.
And Khalil Herbert is still there, but he's not great.
Michael Sanders also a Panther now? What is going on? Anyways, okay, continue.
Panthers have just been crazy this offseason. So for me, I mean, obviously, I'm going to take the top value because that's what this team needs. They just don't have a lot of talent on the roster. They need to get better, just pretty much everywhere, and especially like that secondary. It's not looking too great, Chief. I'm thinking between Bijan and Devon Witherspoon. I think it's got to be Witherspoon, but Bijan wouldn't be a bad pick here.
Right.
But I think it's got to be Witherspoon because they just need that help.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a couple running backs right now that are sufficient enough. And even though Bijan's got that title on his head right now, he's getting a lot of attention this draft week. I still think that this doesn't make sense to take him there.
Right. Okay. I'm checking up on something real quick. Philadelphia.
Are you
Eagles.
asking who the Philadelphia running running back is.
Yeah.
It's Rashad Penny.
Okay, they picked Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
I mean, like, can you you went to the Super Bowl last year, and then you add someone like Bijan.
Penny has a high upside as well as a number 2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not saying Penny's bad, but I don't think he's an RB1. At least not right now.
All right, Alice, it's your pick again.
Oh, I mean, no, you could go for it, Mike. You can go for it. I think
It's your
the
squad though.
yeah, but like the pick's just there. It's just staring at you, and I don't feel like I'm gonna add much to this conversation.
Do I want to do it to you?
Look, there is no wrong pick of those top 3 for me right now. Like, look, we
Yeah.
just got rid of what's his face at left tackle, and we could just pull a Titans and have a really good wide receiver that we trade away after 3 years for basically no value. So, oh, Taylor Lewan, that's what his name is. So you going Skaronski?
Really like him at Northwestern.
Okay.
They're gonna want to. Okay, so this is easy for me. They're gonna want to protect their quarterback. I mean, obviously, giving him more weapons to try and develop with would be nice. Having like kind of that 1-2 duo would be nice. But I feel like, as a Bengals fan, you know you got to have your guy on the field to be able to develop. Period. So I just got to go Paris Johnson here.
Okay, I want to check though. Is Paris Johnson left or right tackle?
He was a left tackle.
I know they have Laramie Tunsil as well, but I
Yeah.
feel like they still just need. I don't know. I feel like they need depth over there, and they just need to.
No, I mean I respect the pick. That makes a lot of sense to me.
I also kind of like the Texans wide receiver core.
Yeah, no,
I like Robert Woods going that season.
yeah.
And they have a dude who could have some high upside like Amari Rogers,
Mm-hmm.
who was released by the Packers, but that's because Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
doesn't work well with young wide receivers.
Speaking of Packers, do they draft a skill position for the first time in like 10 years now that the Rodgers has left? Who knows?
Yeah.
But AGB. Wait, is this AGB's or is this mine?
No, it's yours.
Oh, okay. The question is, do they want to give Jordan Love the weapons they never gave Aaron Rodgers, or are they going to just go for a Packers pick? And I'm going to go for the Packers pick of Lucas Van Ness.
To be fair, they do really need edge help, like depth wise. They already have some good wide receivers to go around. Like you can't go wrong with either.
Yeah. I love Jackson Smith and Jigba, by the way. That's just, yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna go wide receiver for the Patriots. I don't think they're gonna go high upside. That's just not what their organization's about. So
He's gonna. Bill Belichick's gonna look at Jackson Smith and Najigba and he's like, he's too fast.
He's
too fast.
He's too fast.
He's too fast.
I'm gonna go with the guy who I had as my second corner coming into the draft, and that's Joey Porter Jr.
Oh. Wait, who's your number 1 then? Okay, then you had Witherspoon 3. Okay.
It
Deal.
doesn't really make sense. I don't know if it makes sense for them to go after a wide receiver here because they have a pretty decent wide receiver core. You know, they have Garrett Wilson, they have Corey Davis, they have
Alan Lazard.
Alan Lazard. Yeah, they just got him too. So I mean,
They're gonna get Randall Cobb.
so they have a nice defensive presence too. They have some guys that are getting older, like C.J. Mosley's there. He's kind of getting older. That's a linebacker, but we don't really have many of them up right now.
No.
Signed, by the way.
I think the first linebacker on the board is Drew Sanders from Arkansas, and he's probably early second round.
Early second, yeah. Okay, well, it's a glaring need that they have. I'm just gonna go with an easy pick for them, and they just got Aaron Rodgers. You're obviously gonna want to keep him healthy. Just go for Broderick Jones. Just go.
For sure.
Your mouth's hovered over it.
Mhm.
You already knew.
Yeah. Okay. The commies here. Again,
Oh, okay.
what? I mean, they are the commies. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's keep going.
This is another position where it's like they have a good wide receiver core and like playmaking group, so I don't think they pick Smith and Jigba unless it's like a pure value pick. And I mean, with new owners, that might be something in their head. But I feel like offensive tackle is another need for them, more than edge. Well, I mean, edge is kind of a need. at least in depth outside of Chase Young.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna go Nolan Smith. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, that's
Screw
fair.
it.
This pick's
Alright.
gonna hurt my soul.
Yeah, I know it will. So I really liked the high upside of their wide receiver core last year.
Mm-hmm.
It could have done better, but like their QB situation didn't play good until the second half of the season. It's just what it is. So and they just have needed like an offensive line help the last 3 years. Ever since after 2019, their offensive line has just fallen apart. It used to be like the best in football. Now they're
Mhm.
absolutely
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Pouncey in there.
I think
Yeah.
Darnell Wright is the pick.
Darnell Wright.
Yeah.
I think that's
That pick doesn't hurt my soul as much as I thought it was going to.
I think that's
really thought that
the
you were
right
gonna,
pick.
Yeah, I really thought you were going to go for Jackson Smith-Njigba here, which I think is who. If the Lions have him fall here, I don't know because they still have a couple options that they need filled. Like Miles Murphy's a nice pick, but at the same time,
For 9 games.
Okay.
yeah, he
Yeah.
is suspended. That's another thing. That's what I was going to say.
And then they got
they
rid
have-
of yeah.
They have some second rounders, and this honestly, it's not a super deep wide receiver class, but there's going to be some that are like still high upside wide receivers left in the second round.
I feel like
But I feel
Jalen
like-
Hyatt for sure might be
Oh,
around
yeah.
48.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, it's really what they like. Do they want to go all defense? Because like, I know that Dan Campbell really likes being
Mhm.
aggressive. I know that he likes just being rough, like playing rough football. So I don't know if he wants to go for Miles Murphy here at the edge because that's another glaring need that they need here. But both of them are needs. I feel like Jackson Smith-Njigba might have a little bit more upside, so that's who I'll say.
Mhm.
Also, pardon the interruption. Chase Young's 5th-year option just got declined.
Oh,
Oh.
that's big.
Well, that's why we pick edge. I didn't
Yeah.
even see that.
No, it like just got declined like 24 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, no.
But-
on a side note, if we were doing trades, I could see like someone like the Chargers switching with the Lions here to if Njigba would ever fall anywhere near here.
Yeah.
But like, that's a baller pick. Mike, this is all you though. How them Bucks doing? Do you need protection for Baker?
For Baker.
The problem is that we've already picked all the good offensive tackles in the first round. So
Mhm.
like that part is gone. Our left tackle spot literally got no protection last year. Donovan Smith had the most holding calls in 2019. Which just wasn't going out well. We did lose Sean Murphy Bunting in the free agency class.
He did.
A certain team. I think I'm gonna go Deontay Banks.
Okay. Now we are here with the Seattle Seahawks. I feel like the wide receiver class has changed a lot on the board for me.
The problem is they need a third receiver.
I would say yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
because Tyler Lockett's getting old, and he's probably on his way out here soon. And also, just like if they're gonna have another deep playoff run, just having those options,
Mm-hmm.
like not another deep playoff run, but if they want to try and have a deep playoff run, this is an offensive league. This is a very
Yeah.
pass-heavy league. I mean, if you want to compete, obviously, I mean, just look at the team who won this year.
Yeah.
The Chiefs. They only basically
Well,
passed
I
the
mean-
ball, and then
I mean, their wide receiver core was kind of ass though.
I mean, yeah, but it's still a passing league. I mean, look at the guy who's throwing the ball to them. I mean, he could.
Mhm.
He's obviously shown that he can win with anybody at this point. As much as I hate to say it, but I mean, I think that it makes sense to go for wide
No,
receiver here, and you're already
and-
taking an edge, and they already have what 2 good tight ends.
Yeah. With this in mind as well, I think because they still have Lockett, who's a slot kind of guy, I don't think it makes sense for them to pick Jordan Addison here. And but I feel like Quinn Johnson's the better because it would be a boundary receiver, I'm guessing,
Mhm.
unless they're going for that Lockett swap. So Quinn Johnson is who I'm going to be picking.
He's a
here.
bit faster than Jordan Addison too, isn't he? If
Uh,
I saw that correctly, I don't know.
I don't
the
remember.
exact- I don't remember the exact.
Addison was like 9th in the class in speed at the 40. So I
Mhm.
think I think Quinn Johnson's like faster by a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before I got Quentin Johnson's build completely wrong, because I swear he was above. 1 second.
So the Chargers build so far is vomit out deep. That's been
Basically.
their offensive scheme. And now with their
Oh, that's right, no.
offensive coordinator, who's the old Cowboys coordinator, they definitely need another wide receiver if they want Tony Vaughn out need to or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because their
Yes.
wide receivers don't stay healthy.
And Austin Eckler is reportedly not happy. So I mean, if they're gonna commit to the pass offense, they can show it here.
Which I think is what they're going to do in draft Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here, I was gonna take a wide receiver for them eventually, but I don't know if you guys saw what the fuck happened today, and I'm angry about it because I'm a Bengals fan. Obviously, did you guys see where they're trying to trade for DeAndre Hopkins and they're really close? They're just working out the money for it.
I'm not surprised.
If they
They're trying.
do, and
So they sign Odell and they sign Odell and they trade for DeAndre Hopkins in the same offseason. Boom! There goes the whole problem of them not having weapons anymore. They don't have to run the ball ever again. I mean, they have J.K. Dobbins, but I mean, you have Mark Andrews, you have Odell, who I don't know, it might be washed at this point, but he's still probably going to be good. And then you have DeAndre Hopkins, who we know is still good because he played last season.
Yeah.
So. They're definitely not going to go for wide receiver. I think that they're getting crazy value here. They're going to go Miles Murphy here, I think.
Crazy value.
Crazy value for them there.
Alice, if you do not pick defense here, I'm going to be so mad.
Now, hang on.
Now give me outside of Justin Jefferson, do we feel comfortable with any of their receiving core? Okay, like Adam Thielen, obviously a thing, but like he's getting old, and I don't even know how many years he has left on his contract.
Fucking Viking.
Oh, that's right, he got traded.
No,
Oh, yeah, he did.
He got
He-
released and now he's a Panther.
Yeah, he got released.
Oh,
They
so
only furthers your point.
okay, so why am I not picking Zay Flowers here, Mike?
Because the Vikings had the most closest wins ever, like for most
Yeah.
like one-score games.
Didn't they have a
That is
negative point differential too?
They basically did 14. I think it was 14 games. That was a one-score game. Their defense
Yeah.
put up like over like 10,000 yards this season,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which is absolutely mental.
Mhm.
Their wide-
Absolutely mental. I don't know.
Their wide receiver core is fine enough with just Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't.
And
One second.
remember that they have TJ Hawkins.
Yeah. Sorry. I wanted to look because I'm thinking about Brian Branch here.
I like that.
The
Brian Branch.
problem is I don't know if he's a
They
free or
have to-
strong safety.
They have Harrison Smith right now. I think he's a strong safety.
I think Brian Branch is a free safety.
No, I don't think he is because I was thinking I looked at it because after the whole Jesse Bates thing happened, I was like, oh, is he gonna replace him? No, he's a strong safety.
I thought Jordan Battle was a strong safety.
Oh no, Jordan Battle's free. I think unless I'm. Come on. True.
I mean, they can,
Multiple positions aligning at deep safety. Okay, so he is free. Brian Branch is free
Oh.
safety. It says he's lined up at both, so I feel okay value wise with Brian Branch. I mean, I'm not sure it's entirely a need, but like it's a good defensive weapon, and I'm not like, I don't think Brian Brzee is going to be doing anything, extra. So let's go Brian Branch.
all right, that's fair. Now, Jacksonville's an interesting team.
Mhm.
They came back against the Chargers in the second half. Trevor Lawrence has shown upside,
Yeah,
very high upside, but
he looked really good this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
his
Not that
interception
offseason.
number was not good.
Mhm.
Interception numbers were not good.
Right.
And I'm not sure how Evan Ingram's going to do this season.
Oh, you're thinking Michael Mayer here.
I'm not thinking Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, okay. You know what? I can get behind that.
I like Dalton Kincaid more than Michael Mayer.
Yeah, he's a little bit better at blocking too, from what I understand. He's a bit better at He's a bit better at blocking.
And
So
Mhm.
Michael Mayer absolutely killed my team last season.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think Kincaid's better.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is pretty easy here
Wait,
for the
both
Giants.
killed my team.
Yeah, both
feel like-
both tight ends did. Wait, what?
I
and
feel like this is pretty easy here for the Giants.
Mhm.
Let me make sure that I'm not seeing anything here because I know that they lost. God, what's his name? He went over to
Very
the
strong.
Chiefs. Yeah. And then they just got Darren Waller this offseason, and then they also extended Daniel Jones to a crazy deal.
Yeah. Daniel
They
Jones
have
got paid
Isaiah
before
Hodgins,
Lamar.
Paris Campbell, and Darius Slayton. Yeah, they need wide receivers badly. So Zay Flowers is something that could. I've had every mock draft that I've seen though they passed up on him, and Zay Flowers ended up getting picked up by the Bills. But I don't know. I am gonna go Zay Flowers here because I think it just makes sense.
I
They
like
just
it.
need that help, and especially like Daniel Jones was running for his life last season, so much to the point where people were like, "Oh, he's a good mobile quarterback." It's like, no, he's a decent mobile quarterback. He just had to run for his life all the time because his receivers could never get open.
People say mobile quarterback, and then they forget that one run. I think it was 2 years ago where he slipped on like the 15. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's just the obvious pick there, honestly.
I do like Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, and Zay Flowers. Because Sterling Shepard is coming off that ACL tear this season, so
Yeah.
I really like Sterling.
Probably wished upon him by Mike.
Mhm.
no, I like Sterling Shepard.
Okay, this one I feel like it's easy. They traded away Dalton Schultz. I mean,
As much as I hate to have him go, it is that. It is that.
it is Michael Mayer, and I feel like it fits the tight end archetype of Dallas
Actually, no,
better.
Schultz was a fucking Texan.
Yeah, it was kind of just a silent move, you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, progression from Witten to Schultz and Mayer, I feel like that just makes sense because they've always been receiving tight ends there. Okay, Bills time.
So, with the news coming out today about Jahmyr Gibbs being a possible first round, and that Bijan Robinson's already gone, I think I'm gonna go with Jahmyr Gibbs for the Bills. Devin Singletary just keeps cutting it, and I don't think Cook is gonna go far in his career really, because I don't.
Right.
I don't think he's that good.
Okay.
I think
Jahmyr
Yeah.
Gibbs.
All right, it is time. So they still say that tight end is a need. I don't know. Like, Irv Smith isn't the greatest, but he's there. I think that's who they're going to try and experiment with this year.
Who even is the next tight end?
Huh?
I was
Darnell
looking to see.
Washington.
Yeah.
That would be nice for blocking purposes, but I think that there's a chance that he makes it to 60. It's a low chance, but there's a chance that he makes it to 60 if they really want to. I think here in the first round. So I thought a lot about Jordan Battle. I have, but he's dropped a lot about. He's dropped in value pretty significantly. Like, where even is he on this?
Jordan Battle's like a third round projected right now.
Yeah. So I mean, he's dropped pretty significantly. Once upon a time, he was up here in contention for the 28th pick.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. We have a pretty solidified offense, and they've gone out and they've done a lot to try and help the offensive line this offseason. They signed a couple depth guys. I forget their names off the top of my head. They have guys coming back. I don't think they lost anybody from the offensive line this year. I think everybody's staying. And up to the point where they were getting injured, they were doing really well in the second half of the season here. So I think they're going to be comfortable with not taking an offensive lineman in the first round, even though that's what everyone is saying. I go through Bengals Twitter all the time. It's like, we should take DeJuan Jones. We should all this other stuff. Like, I don't know. A guy that has grown on me a lot in this past week. So the two guys I'm looking at here are Kalijah Kancey and Emmanuel Forbes. Emmanuel Forbes is a bit undersized for the cornerback position, but you know who else is? Who was arguably our number one cornerback last year since Chidobe Awuzie got injured? Mike Hilton, and I fucking love Mike Hilton. He's an awesome player.
Literally anyone's better than Eli Apple.
Yeah, literally anybody's better than Eli Apple. Also,
you're defending him.
Yeah, no. If we had anybody else on Cooper Kupp that didn't cost like 3 penalties and then a touchdown, we could have had a Super Bowl 2 years ago. Anyway, the Bengals like taking their picks a couple years in advance, and DJ Reader is going to be on his way out here in a couple of years because he's getting old, but he's still good now. And I think that this team is fine. I'm knocking on wood because I swear, this team finally wakes up and is realizing that they have a championship window right now. They've done well in the draft in the past 3 years. Honestly, before that, like, we've done pretty well. I mean, we got guys like Logan Wilson from the draft. We've got a lot of talented players.
Right.
I think here they want to try and start doing something that's going to improve the team now, and I think that that's got to be Emmanuel Forbes, especially since other teams in the AFC North are going out and getting wide receivers. I think they're going to go for defense in the first half, and not in the first half, in the first round here, and then they might filling in some of those offensive holes in the second half.
I'm
the second round.
Happy I don't have to draft for my least favorite teams.
Hey, do you want to, Mike, for some reason? Do you want to? Okay, so.
I have to take Stenson Bennett.
Anyways, two people. Okay. You can see the suggestions. I mean, it's for good reason. You know, any team could just plug walk the running back through the middle of the Saints defense last year. I think Taysom Hill could do it if he was given to the other team, you know? So, yeah, Kancey and Brzee. I've always been more of a fan of Brzee than Kancey. So that's what I'm going to do. But, you know, you can't fault either pick. You can't do it.
You can't.
God, it's so unbelievable that the Eagles had 2 picks this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They have crazy draft value, and I know that's that's a huge contract for Jalen Hurts, but they have a talented enough roster.
I love the Eagles roster already. I think Will McDonald just makes it infinitely better because their D line was already really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
I like the pick.
They weren't getting any pressure off the edge in that Super Bowl.
Right. I mean, to be fair, that was kind of the field, though.
But still, they didn't get anything off the edge just in general.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even get past a D line, like an offensive line, once. They pressured them like 3 times.
Right.
They just need more pressure, honestly. Now we have another super team.
Bombastic side-eye.
Bombastic side-eye. So hang on, I might do a bit of a... Okay, so Mike was talking about doing like a sabotage pick, right?
A sabotage pick? Okay, listen. What?
Listen. The backup quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, I forget what his name was. He was there for like 8 years.
Chad Henne?
Yeah, whatever his name was. And now it's Blaine Gabbert. They could...
Legend.
They did just lose Homeboy that, Uday Nation stole from him. They do probably need that help on the offensive line, and that's probably what they'll do here. They probably will take Anton Harrison, even though he has short arms for an offensive tackle, so hopefully they do take him and he sucks. But...
Damn, Roshan, this is my man's downfall.
Homie's just flaming right now.
I don't like the Chiefs, bro. Y'all know this. For obvious reasons. So honestly, okay, so whenever they drafted Patrick Mahomes, you know how he kind of stayed under Alex Smith for a couple of years and they developed him, and then he ended up being really good because they gave him time to develop and learn. What if they did that with Hendon Hooker? I think that'd be really interesting.
How about you stop trying to help them?
That'd be really interesting, though, wouldn't it? Let Patrick Mahomes get through his 10-year, $500 million contract, and then just go ahead and have another quarterback for a budget, because he's going to be a backup to that point. By the time he resigns, this is going to be like, oh yeah, you're probably
Are you saying that the Chiefs are going to trade or get rid of Mahomes in 3 years?
No, his contract. Did you see his contract that he signed a couple years ago? It's for 10 years and $500 million.
Yeah.
Even though most of those are just incentives.
Yeah, but he's getting some of them apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for the realistic pick here. Anton Harrison is who they're going to take, but it would be interesting. It would be an interesting story if they did Hendon Hooker, but I don't think they're going to.
Now we're on the 32nd pick that the Bears traded for Chase Claypool.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't pick him earlier. I'm going to pick him now. Kalijah Kancey. Welcome to.
Yeah.
I mean,
the hometown boys.
Hometown boy. I mean, he's going to join his boy.
That's the first round done, but since we have a bit more time.
Yeah, we can set it. We got it.
We can do a few more picks here.
I can get to class in 10 minutes. I have 31-ish minutes.
Honestly,
Let's do it.
I think the Texans secondary is already really good. I think if they add Cam Smith to it, that's just an insane secondary at that point. If they all develop well,
Mm-hmm.
I hope they will. But I think it's Cam Smith there.
Okay.
Interesting. Honestly, I gotta pick for the Cardinals again, bro. I don't know.
Cardinals again.
It'd be interesting if they did Mozzie Smith here, because they could just beef up their defense, which is probably necessary for how many mistakes their offense is probably going to make this year.
Yeah, Colt McCoy's about to be goated.
Yeah, for real. So I will go Mozzie Smith here because I just think it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, remember on Christmas Day where the Buccaneers came back from being down 2 touchdowns? Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. But okay.
Anyways, I'm going to follow the logic that I forget who it was. It was AGB that said this earlier. You get a quarterback, you need to get protection for him to let him develop. I'm going to go Osiris Torrance here. I mean, actually, there's Quentin Nelson on the left. Who's on the right for them?
Oh, shit, he's pretty good.
Who's the Colts right guard? Actually, I could be tripping here.
Let me see. I'll look up their squad real fast.
Colts right guard. Fries.
French fries.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision because I can't even fire him.
Will Fries.
Will Fries. A 7th round pick from 2 years ago. Yeah, Atlas, just do the thing.
Okay, to do the thing. Osiris
Just do
Torrance. We're doing the thing.
Wow. Well,
Holy shit! Will Fries is what 6'6", 303? God damn.
He's massive.
that's a big old boy right there.
That's a thick ass boy.
Now, there's a couple things you could do here for the Rams.
Yeah. Mike, what you feeling?
Again, I hate drafting for teams I hate. I'm gonna go. This dude fell off draft boards so hard. I'm gonna go.
Are you really okay? Are you really about to just not take Hendon Hooker, even though the only quarterback they have on their roster right now is Matthew Stafford? Literally the only one. They don't have anybody else.
Yes, that's what the Rams do.
Hendon Hooker. Bam.
I was about to say, do you just not go with them? Are you insane? Okay. You know what? Kelly Ringo. I think it's just that.
And then the team that got rid of what's his face that went to New York, Darren Waller, gets their tight end replacement. Yes, we like this. Okay.
Listen, just honestly, dude, that would be nasty because they're like Anthony Richards just a monster in himself. Then you get Darnell Washington. I'm sure Atlas has seen it a million times probably. That clip of him just hurdling those dudes over and over.
Shut up! He's 6'7". Get out of here.
That dude is insane. He's just LeBron on a football field. It's insane. He literally has like his measurements and stuff, like his height and his weight are basically like, I think he's like not even. Hang on, let me see here. Darnell Washington.
He's
height,
like 6'7" something.
Now let me just copy and paste that same thing. Yeah, he's 6'6" and 5/8 of an inch, and then he's 264. He's just LeBron James size.
It's so annoying because Oregon's secondary outside of Christian Gonzalez is undersized.
Mm-hmm. So
and then that guy just kind of like just walks, and we're like,
between him and Brock Bowers, y'all had no chance.
You know the scene from like the last Harry Potter movie when it's like all like the stone guards and like the ogres are like crossing the bridge? That is what was happening in the Georgia Dome last year. You know, they didn't want it at home though. They didn't want it. They wouldn't come to Autzen, bro. They wouldn't.
Why have I to draft for both of my team's rivals?
Hey, at least with the Panthers, they're not really a rival because they don't win against you.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fucking bitch to face him if this is the pick, but this is their Luke Kuechly replacement.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Sanders.
Oh, okay. I like it.
He's
It makes sense.
Fuck up our offense for the next fucking 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember how I said that there's some decent wide receivers in the second half here? Second round. Why do I keep on saying halves? Hello?
Yeah.
Second round here. I just think it makes too much sense that Jalen Hyatt is a new one. I'd say. And he just gets snagged from the Titans. I'm sorry.
Derek Carr thrown to Jalen Hyatt and Chris Olave, just tearing up the Buccaneers secondary.
Interception by Carlton Davis.
Okay. Again, this is another easy pick. There's everything outside of running back you could pick for the Titans. You really could, and no one could fault you. So we're gonna go John Michael Schmitz. I mean, the O-line.
Yeah.
Go out and pick Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yes, for real. We'd go get DTR. Honestly, that might be a 5th round Titans pick.
What's still there for tight end?
Tight end. The next one is Luke Musgrave, who is, because I've seen him in person a couple times, he is the quintessential Oregon State player. He's gonna block you, and he's gonna do 8-yard passing routes.
All right, hear me out here. Packers tight end situation is just not good.
Mm-hmm.
They're already losing their veteran tight end with that Marcedes Lewis. He's
Yep.
gone, going to the Jets. Their other two tight ends are just not starting caliber. I think Luke Musgrave would step in.
Yeah. Let's go Oregon.
It makes sense. Honestly, here I'm gonna go for a pick that you guys might not be really thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking Jack Campbell.
I could dig it.
because their offense, like their defense, if they think about that, on all three layers they have pretty good prospects. They have Quincy Williams, they
Mhm.
have Sauce Gardner, and if they pick up Jack Campbell in this draft, they're gonna have nice young players to build off of and grow out from
Mhm.
on all three layers. I just think it's a smart pick for them, especially because like if they can have good defense that gets the ball back in Aaron Rodgers' hands to throw and run through that crazy offense that they have already, that's gonna be insane. Because think Brees Hall too. He can be a good game manager. He can be like he can run the clock.
Mhm.
I mean, they could just keep their other team off the field the whole time if they wanted to. He's a good run stopper.
For sure.
He's also decent in coverage.
Their coaching staff is also really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So I think that's a good pick for the Jets there.
they almost made the playoffs.
Yeah, they almost made the playoffs between Mike White, Joe Flacco, and Zach Wilson.
Hey, respect Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco was the best quarterback they had, and he was washed.
No, Mike White was. Respect
Mike
Mike White.
White was.
Joe
Joe Flacco for the first 3 weeks. Anyways, this pick kind of pretty much picks itself to Adetomiwa, Adebawore, out of Northwestern. I mean, say
Just
his
add to
name.
that crazy defense that they already have. They
Yeah.
already have really good secondary. Just get the rush.
Say his name fast 3 times.
Why the hell did I have to
good.
draft the
I'm good.
Packers twice in a row? Anyways, also Michael White also signed with the Dolphins this offseason. So if Tua gets hurt, it's Mike White's season there.
Yep.
Mike White season.
Okay, and here.
Yeah, because where did Teddy sign? Teddy Bridgewater signed somewhere else too, didn't he?
He's mid. Anyways.
Okay.
It's fair enough. Respect.
So the Packers wide receiver core is going to be really young coming up, so I think Josh Downs would just stabilize it because we know the thing here. They always draft wide receivers in the second or third round, and
That's
then
fair.
they turn them into Devontae Adams. We've seen this happen before. They turn a second rounder to like 4 all pros.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
All
Josh
right,
Downs.
so I think that they take DeJuan Jones here because they just always like having good offensive lines for quarterbacks that are mid.
Remember when they took that offensive lineman like the first round 2 years ago? And now he's
Cole Strange.
like, where is he?
He's still there. Well, he was guard.
I've not heard
right?
anything about him. I've
When-
not heard anything about
Where did
him.
he go? I'm trying to think where he was. He South Dakota? I think he was a Dakota school. I don't remember. Anyways, so I got the commies again.
Okay.
I could see them trading up for a quarterback, but we're not doing trades this one.
or just two of the
Man,
quarterbacks that are available. I mean,
the next one is like Jake Hayner and Tanner McKee, so we're not talking
They're-
about that right
They're
now.
riding with Sam Howell.
Yeah. So I think,
weird
I
spot
mean,
for them.
DJ Turner makes sense. I mean, it's obviously a need. I'm just gonna check to see what other cornerbacks are available.
I'm sure AGB loves DJ Turner.
Yeah, we'll
Shut
go DJ Turner. Screw
Shut
that.
up, shut up, shut up, shut up. All right, honestly, I'm here to keep on picking for the Lions. I like the Lions. They're a squad that I respect because last year they surprised me, and I don't know. I just like them, and also I'm sure I've told you guys this a million times before, but they've actually like the team origin started from like a semi-pro team that played in my hometown, so it's
Mhm.
really cool. But I've been neglecting their need for I've picked for all the Lions so far.
Their need for speed.
Yeah, I've been their need for speed. I have been neglecting their need for an edge
Mhm.
for somebody else to come off the edge there because I mean they have a pretty decent defense. I mean it was pretty bad there for a long time, and they just do need more help on it. They already got some help in the secondary. I think it's time to take an edge, but just which one? Because honestly, I don't know much about either of these guys. If I'm being completely honest.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I only know a little bit about Ojolari, but that's only because I
Yeah.
looked at him because Aziz.
Because of his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look up here. So Keon White and then Felix. Because I think that they do need an edge here. I just don't know which one out of these two. So if I'm looking here, it looks like Keon White had a production score of 75 and athleticism score of 82, so it leads to a total score of an 81 with a prospect grade of a 6.43. Will become a good starter within 2 years. That's what NFL Next Gen says. And then for Felix out of Kansas State, we have production score of 77, athleticism score of 77, and then total score of 78 with a prospect grade of 6.43. Will eventually be a plus starter. I think. I mean, from what I'm seeing from these here, I do think that it probably is just Keon White because if they're going to try and start contending within the next couple of years, I mean, which they could honestly, they have a young squad. They're all developing pretty well. I think that this makes sense for them to try and go out and get somebody who's, I mean, eventually, like it says here, will become a good starter within 2 years. That's probably what they need right now. So that's what I'll take.
For sure. Okay, I picked for the Steelers last time. I'm gonna go. So obviously, BJ Ojulari's undersized, but I mean he's kind of like the Will McDonald style build.
They could kind of make him like a hybrid player too, because we all know the Steelers love to.
What's
they
up,
love their
Mike?
defensive players.
That's the most Steelers pick I've ever fucking heard, actually.
BJ Ojulari.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the only other thing I had in mind was Trent Simpson, and I mean
That's the other thing I was thinking too. Trenton Simpson would be a nice pick for them. He's
You know
pretty
what?
solid.
just because I think the Bucks might need him more, I'm gonna go for Trent Simpson. But BJ Ojulari also makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's only if we trade Devin White, which I hope we never do.
Yeah.
What's their effort for offensive tackle? Use either.
Oh, tackle. Next one is Matthew Bridgerton for Syracuse at 64.
I really don't want to settle with a late round offensive tackle this year.
I mean, you're gonna have options in the third, so. And I mean, there's value down here. I like Tyler Steen, but
I wouldn't say that you need to go after that here.
Honestly, I'm gonna go Antonio Johnson.
Okay.
Safety.
We
You
don't.
got
We
it.
need a strong safety. Please help me. We literally have no production out of our strong safety position ever.
Okay.
I don't know why that was funny. Okay.
From fucking free safety, but we just have fucking Logan Ryan as some strong safety.
Yeah. All right. So for the first time in this draft, since they got their first one taken away, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock,
Yep.
and just so we don't put, we can try to prevent putting Tua in another CT protocol. We're just gonna take. Yep. We're gonna take our lineman here.
Yes.
I think that just makes too much sense.
And
I feel like the league would find them even more. It's like, okay, well now you just have to show no desire at all to protect your quarterback. Okay.
yeah.
That's
And-
Seahawks.
And I'm going to take the other interior offensive line. That was right there, Joe Tippmann. I mean,
Yep.
that feels like a very Seahawks pick at this point.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Look, you're Bears need offensive tackle. They do. If
Justin Fields can just run though. They have a defensive mindset. Come on,
but he's offensive.
let BJ Ojulari go over there and cook. Come on.
No, I don't. I'm not letting him.
Why are you not letting him
It's
cook
an
in
NFC team. That's why.
Oh, okay, yeah. He'd be fine with him going to the Chargers next.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
actually going Uzama.
okay, you're going to go Anudike Ozama. That makes a lot of sense. Now AGB.
All right. Go to running back.
I'm already hovering over the top one.
He's already hovering over the. Top
But if you want to see all of them, which
Fuck
is
Jack
respectable.
Clairmont.
When did we take? When
Bijan?
did we take Jameer? Oh, Jameer Gibbs was also in the first round.
Yeah.
For whatever, I don't know what crack I'm on, but I thought he was still here, and I was just gonna
Yeah.
snag him real fast. Honestly, I've seen, I don't know, Ty J Spears. I've seen a lot from him, his tape, and he honestly did pretty good in Tulane last year. But no, I'm not gonna go with that then. Let's go back to all. And actually, wait, no, they need Edge and BJ Ojulari's here. Yeah, it's no longer a meme. Just take BJ Ojulari.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? What are we cooking here?
I put together a pretty good draft class for you so far to build around.
I think I'm gonna go Thule here.
Dooley.
Dooley. Give me
Dooley.
the okay. Tuipulu
I didn't know my microphone.
Tuipulotu. I'm just gonna say
What a
Tuli.
legend.
Yep.
Legend.
Legend.
Okay.
Joyous friends.
Okay. Yep. Pretty good
Thank-
value here. Now
Bum, bum,
for
bum,
the
bum.
Giants, what else do they really even need? I mean, I could take a corner for them. I could take that Clark Phillips down there. He's kind of staring at me.
Clark Phillips is a dog.
What are our safeties like? Is Jordan Battle still out here?
Jordan Battle is still available.
That's a really big reach for him though. I don't know. So let's go back to all. I don't want to take Jordan Battle if he's not intended to go this early. I'll do Clark Phillips. I'll do Clark Phillips.
He's got that dog in him.
You got that dog in it.
Okay. Cowboys. I have no idea
Out them Cowboys.
why it says they would take Zach Charbonnet here. For him to be what, RB3?
What do you mean RB3?
What, Zeke and Pollard?
Zeke isn't on the Cowboys anymore.
Did Zeke leave?
Nope. Yeah, Zeke left, and then Tony Pollard got franchise tagged. So
Oh, I see. So they're gonna run another running back around the ground. Okay. Even with that being said, I'm gonna go Keanu Ben.
okay, they like doing.
Personally, I thought Charbonnet should have been taken by the Chargers, but you know,
Is there
Yeah.
wide receivers?
wide receivers. I believe the next one is Cedric Tillman.
Okay, that honestly, I'm gonna reach it, but I'm gonna go for Marvin Mims.
Okay, respect.
I like Marvin.
That's a good pick.
I'm going to take my Bengals again, and this is a weird one.
You could
I think it is just. I mean,
You could take
go
Charbonnet.
to- I could take Charbonnet. What's the other suggestion they had down there? I'm curious.
So you got Sam Laporta, and then you got Matthew Bridgerton, tackle. Or Bergerton, sorry. Bergeron. Burge is something.
I really wouldn't be. I really wouldn't be mad at Matthew Bergeron. See, I'm gonna have
Are
faith
y'all
here.
okay?
No.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna have faith here that somehow that Joe Mixon doesn't assault people, and that they're somehow going to lower his contract, and he's gonna rework his contract, and hope that we don't need to go after another running back.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Matthew. Give me Matthew.
What did you just get there, Mike? Looks like a bucket of chicken.
Fucking theater popcorn from yesterday.
Theater popcorn from
popcorn.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, are you telling me you walked out of the theater with the homie?
No.
Do you not do that? Excuse me.
No, I don't. Even if I have like half the thing remaining because I got a refill, I'll just like leave it there,
Dog.
or I'll
That's
throw
free
it
pop-
away.
You already paid for it.
Wait.
That's wasteful. Yeah.
Capitalism.
Just take your pick. Just take your pick.
Okay, so I mean, you thought I was feeling you, AGB? This homie a mouch.
No?
Mounts. Hey, I know an offensive. I mean, offensive lineman. I know an interior offensive lineman that's pretty decent. You know, so
Yeah,
I'm all right with that.
Kappa.
From
Anyways,
Alex Kappa, no, he's not from North Dakota State. Of Olson.
Good though.
okay, Mike,
Fort of Olson's decent.
you got them Eagles.
The Meagles.
Got the mid. I mean, what?
Not mid
So
at all.
this
actually.
is cornerback. This is safety.
You know what? Jordan Battle. Welcome to
Damn it.
Welcome
They're
to the
low-key
party.
having a sneaky good draft right now, and I don't like it.
Okay,
But is this?
that's you,
Oh, wait,
AGB.
that's me. Why do I have to draft, bruh? I don't want to keep on drafting for these clowns. Well, they already have enough pressure coming from Chris Jones, but they do need some edge presence as well. How's Isaiah Foskey look? Is he good?
Unfortunately, he is.
Yeah, just take him.
I was gonna give you stats for him. And then with the last pick of the second round, the Chicago Bears select Cedric Tillman. The only 10 I see.
Okay.
Save it. Press save. Let's look at our picks. From like how we did.
Okay. First round.
This
I-
looks pretty accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I think literally every mock draft in existence has Tyree Wilson going to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally every mock draft in existence.
Either that or it's Jalen Carter. It's one of the two.
Mm-hmm. I think Tyree Wilson makes more sense for them too.
Mm-hmm. Although I have been seeing people go crazy and be like Tyree Wilson over Will Anderson, but you know that's that's a different question. By the way, since we didn't do trades in this one, but what teams do we think have the highest potential of trading up for? You know, or probably QB for this draft, right? Because that's pretty much how it always is. But
I don't know if any of those guys are gonna try and trade up though, because I mean, I don't know if any of the guys that are up that high are going to trade back down though. I mean, I know the Panthers talked about it after they traded up and it's like, all right, we traded up, all right, now we want to trade back down. I don't think they're actually gonna do that.
Honestly,
That's what I was going to say. The Cardinals could, and then they could settle for a Tyree Wilson, and like the Seahawks could like somehow steal, like, I don't know, if they're that down bad for Will Levis, they can have him, I guess. But I don't really know here. Maybe the Packers are gonna try and go with Jordan Love.
Imagine the Packers trade up for QB and just say "F you" to Jordan Love.
That'd be hilarious. I'm trying to look at
first for a quarterback.
maybe the Titans try and go after Anthony Richardson or something, steal him from the Raiders or something. That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
because you have Ryan Tannehill and then Malik Willis, and like I don't know if they have all the confidence in the world in Malik Willis, but I mean I guess they have that.
Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, it would probably be the Titans and the Packers. Would be maybe even the Bucks.
Maybe.
Because like it depends how far. Like Levis and Richardson are available.
They act like they're kind of confident in Baker though. Like from what I've seen at least, they act like they're kind of confident in him because he had that one good game with the Rams.
They're gonna be confident in last in the NFC South. That's where they're gonna be confident.
Honestly, please, last in the AFC South, 1-16. It's Caleb Williams' season.
No.
Oh my God.
They're gonna be last, but they're gonna be like 6 and 11, and they're gonna be like the number 5 pick.
we're gonna pull Texans and fucking lose the number 1 overall pick to the Bears.
Yep.
Somehow.
Yeah,
if they aren't better this year, they look better this year. Honestly, I think the draft looks pretty solid. I think it looks like how I think the actual draft may go.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously no mock draft is perfect. I mean, there are some out there that people are making right now that they're just cooking and they're just mind readers somehow. I don't know, but
save the link, right?
But yeah,
save the link.
And we're gonna look over this draft, whether it be live or not live, like a few days or during the draft, and see if we got stuff right. Obviously, we're gonna get a lot of stuff wrong because the draft is unpredictable. No one thought.
And especially where we did 0 trades, there's no way that there's not gonna be any trades. Like there's no way that 0 trades are happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one thought they'd trade. The Titans would trade AJ Brown last year, but like.
Yeah, I honestly could see a team try and go after some guys like that. I was thinking DeAndre Hopkins was a trade target during the draft, but doesn't really look like it now because he looks like he's just going to the Ravens because everybody in the AFC is getting really good now that the Bengals are good.
I saw, but before you came in, AGB, I saw in like one of the articles on this rotation here that said Aaron Rodgers, talking about him joining the Jets, he wanted to go to a place he could win, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Everyone's just stacking up in the AFC right now.
Yeah.
Bro, like I want to win and then go to an AFC team.
Yeah, I mean it's competitive as hell over here right now. It really is. Like the NFC. Not to really talk you guys down or anything, but you guys have a lot of openings right now if you guys are in the NFC.
You can talk us down all you want.
What do you mean? My 2 favorite teams are AFC teams, AGB.
The best quarterback in our conference is Jalen Hurts. No disrespect to him, but like our second best quarterback in our conference is like fucking Matthew Stafford.
Oh, this is interesting. Adam Schefter 2 hours ago. While Houston hasn't received much trade action so far, the number 2 pick, the Texans have explored the idea of moving off their second first-round pick, the number 12 selection, per sources. The Texans have made calls about moving back in round 1 and also moving back up.
I could see that.
I could definitely see them moving back a little bit.
I mean, what are they looking for? Are they like, we're fine with Broderick Jones, we're fine with Darnell Wright?
Yeah, but what teams would be looking for something to move up? I mean, I could definitely see. Okay, here, listen here, listen. You could say if anybody's even willing to take Joe Mixon right now. What if
Mhm.
the Bengals traded Joe Mixon on the 28th up to 12 with hopes that Bijan's still there, but Bijan
Well,
probably
it
won't
would
be there.
it would that would be like if Bijan drops, and also at the same time, mind that Jackson Smith and Jigba dropped a lot for us. You know, you could see
Yeah.
someone like the Chargers being very interested in a 12th pick, or like
hmm
I don't know, Ravens, but they like never draft receiver.
Yeah,
Um,
they literally never do.
you know, Giants,
And
Bills.
if they do trade for DeAndre Hopkins, they do not need to go after another receiver. I think they're
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. So yeah, it's that seems like a position where it's like you're trading up for whatever receiver, or if you feel like Nolan Smith or someone in this range is your guy.
Yeah.
You know what would be
Oh, I'd
shocking?
love to see Bijan drop. I would love it. I
You
would
know what
love
would be shocking? The Colts trading up for one, and then stealing fucking whatever quarterback the Texans wanted.
it. That'd be funny.
That's
Yeah.
an asshole move. I'd love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
What if the Raiders traded up to 3?
Oh god.
They're-
Just took Will Anderson.
For no reason. No reason.
No, yeah, they want Will Levis more apparently, per sources.
But yeah, well, guys, that is our mock draft, and as of this recording, the draft is tomorrow. So we're gonna see how right we are. I don't know if I'm gonna be available to go live whatever that first happens. Actually, I know for a fact I'm not gonna be live whenever that first happens, is because it's at 8 o'clock tomorrow, right? And I'll be at work at that time, so I will not
God
see.
damn.
I will not see what happens in the very beginning, but I will go back and look at stuff. And if you guys are still like hanging out for a little bit after I get out of work and there's still big draft stuff going on, I mean, it'll be around like 10,
Wait, does
10:30.
it start at 8, or is that just when like the pre-show starts?
I have no idea.
It starts at 8.
Okay, yeah.
Me
so
when I
won't
get
be
out of class at
working.
5:30.
Alright.
Nice. Yeah, you're gonna probably gonna miss like the first couple picks, but because they always drag out the first couple ones,
Yeah.
and then after that it starts going. But yeah, probably miss the first couple ones. But I'm excited to see how accurate our list is. I think that it could have potential to be very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's obviously room for trades and stuff to happen, and all people coming up and trying to get guys that they think that are better than the guys that they can get, and overpaying because they're crazy.
Mhm.
But I like this. As for a no trading mock draft, I think it looks solid.
Mm-hmm.
I guess let us know what you guys think down below in the comments. Make sure to leave a
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
and
Subscribe.
let us know if our list was accurate or if it's trash.